we're here today with Cameron and Alaina. They are recent first-time home buyers, and Michelle Lux from Howard Hanna Mortgage, and I am Jaunae Carter with Howard Hanna. And we're going to talk to Cameron and Alaina a little bit about their experience as first-time home buyers and also as young African-American Gen Z buyers, which I think is awesome. I just am so excited that you guys just bought this home. So I wanted to ask you guys, how is home ownership going about 2 weeks in?
Home ownership is pretty good. I would say it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work and a lot of time you want to put into it. But overall, it's a great, lovely experience.
Awesome. What do you think, Alaina?
The same thing as he said. Like, I like the process and everything. And now that we got our home, it's ours. So.
Nice to have something that's yours, right? That's awesome. So I worked with your sister, Cameron, and your brother-in-law a couple of years ago when they bought their home. So when your sister told me that you were going to give me a call, I was really excited because I really enjoyed working with them. And then I got to work with you. So I wanted to ask you what prompted you to buy a home at such a young age?
Well, I will say, like, it started from when I was 19 years old. How, like, I always wanted something that was just mine, something that I can invest in. So ever since I was 19, I always did, like, my research on a home, what goes into it, what do I need, and things like that. And now fast forward, I'm 23 years old, and we bought a home. It's like I accomplished a big goal of mine from from a younger age than what I am now. And it's just like it's like a big relief. Like, wow, I set out to do something and I did it. So it's like an amazing feeling.
That's awesome. And it's just like, I always say, write your goals down, because when you write them down or you think about them a lot, they're going to come to pass. So it's awesome. And I'm so glad that you reached out to me and Michelle and that we were able to help make that come true for you. I wanted to ask you guys, and this is a question to both of you guys, what was shopping for a home like? Was it like what you expected? Because we see a lot of HGTV type shows, and a lot of people have that in their mind that it's going to be like this. We're going to see 3 homes and we're going to choose from those 3. But was it like something that was different than your expectations, or just describe it in your own words?
I think it was completely different than what we expected. Like, so many homes now, since like the pandemic, they started flying off the market really, really fast. So it was different from watching like HGTV or just seeing people show off homes, stuff like that. There's a lot of work that had to be put into our homes too. So
yeah, along with that, it's like, you see a home, you're like, okay, I see this home. Now you pick it from 3, 4 different homes. It's like, okay, yeah, like we'll pick this one, It's like, no, see, if you like it, you need to put a bid on it. If you like it, you need to be like. So we weren't rushed, but it felt like we had to have a sense of urgency when looking for homes now than before the pandemic and everything else.
Yeah, and you guys were really good with that. Like, we never wanted you to feel rushed. Like Matt and I, we were working with you, but we did want to instill that sense of urgency. And I really appreciated the fact that you guys picked up that it was pretty urgent. Like, we didn't have a ton of time to think about things. But I also like the fact that you guys were assertive enough that if you took a little bit of time to think about it and it just didn't feel right, you were like, nope, we're not going to put an offer in on this. So I think you got the right home. I have one more kind of comment question. So you guys have set a marvelous example for other young home buyers. You guys set goals. You did what you needed to do to reach those goals. So I feel like you set a great example for other young, especially African-American home buyers? I mean, you guys are some of my youngest clients ever. I think I had one other client in your age group. So that's pretty amazing. What advice would you give to other young home buyers or young African-American home buyers?
Um, I would say, like you said, write everything out, have a plan. Don't go into it blind. Do your research if you need to, ask questions, call people and ask questions, get all the information that you need. And don't be afraid. I mean, there is going to be like a little, like, I will say you will be timid. You're like, okay, I got to buy it. I'm buying a home. I got to deal with bills, and if anything breaks, it's on me, and I can't call no one, and all of those type of things. It's like, I would say, don't be afraid of anything, like, because once it's yours, it's yours. So you can take your time with it. You can do whatever you want to it. And just pretty much just go for it. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to really, I would say, there's nothing to really worry about. It's just more of, it's like an investment. You're investing in yourself. And if you invest in yourself at a young age, then it'll take you so much further down the road.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great way to sum it up. Alaina, did you have anything?
Well, yeah, because basically buying a home, by the time you put the amount of money like into your home, you're actually paying for, if you were to get an apartment, it's basically the same amount. But it's yours, and I think you should take the chance. I think young people should take the chance in a home instead of putting their money towards like an apartment, and they're paying their same amount. And you can do what you want to do to your home. So
Yeah,
that's all.
It's more like I say, it's more of, would you rather pay yourself or would you rather pay someone else forever? So
that's awesome. No, you guys, that's really wise advice. Great words of wisdom there. Pay yourself instead of paying somebody else. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Michelle.
Great. Thanks, Jaunae. Thanks so much for joining the Zoom call today. So I want to kind of go back and touch on the question regarding you writing down your goals and having a plan. So where did that influence come from? Like, did you, was it in school? Was it family members? Like, not everyone has that type of determination. So tell me a little bit about that.
Well, me personally, I'm motivated by limitations. How like a lot of people will say like, hey, wait till you're like 30, like that's when I got my first nice car. Wait till you're like 35, 40. That's when like, I got my first home. And I'm like, well, if we were taught more financial literacy and things of that nature, like I pretty much taught myself in a way to like how to handle money and how to pay bills and things like that. Like as soon as I turned 18, I was paying rent. Like I told my mother, I'm like, hey, I want to help you on bills and things like that. So it's more of just limitations. Like when people tell you like, hey, wait till you're like at a later age or when you're older. I'm only 23. We just bought a house. I have my dream car, and I'm not struggling, and things are pretty set in stone. I mean, I had a plan and I carried out the plan, and that just makes me so happy in a way. So it's like not bragging, but just
No, you're allowed to brag. That's awesome. I mean, you guys have definitely earned the right to brag for sure. So I wanted to also highlight for people that are going to watch this, you all took advantage of the down payment assistance program through the state of Ohio. So before meeting Jaunae or myself, did you know that those programs existed?
I did. I did.
Okay.
I feel like it's more based like on credit. I always had nobody ever told me, but I always had the impression that, okay, if the better my credit, the better chance I have at, getting better rates or better better things like that, like assistance
Sure.
or things like that.
Yeah, I think what's crazy is that, you guys got into a marvelous house and you put into the down payment probably far less than people do for a down payment when they purchase a car, right? I mean,
Right.
for like $2,000, you're into this fabulous house. So again, I want the word to get out there, and you guys can do the best to spread it with your friends and family that these programs are designed just for that. Down payment sometimes is a big obstacle, and people don't realize that just about every state has programs set up to help. And the state of Ohio is a fabulous tool, and they truly want people to obtain home ownership goals. So yeah, that's fabulous. So the other thing I wanted to touch on, as over the last, several months, we have been, getting in, we've become more aware of the lack and the disparity of home ownership rates within the African American community. So, as a lender, I've worked in Summit County for almost 30 years now. And I want to make sure that our company, myself, problem, and we want to help with a solution. So, coming from my standpoint, like what can we be doing in the communities to help, younger, older, it doesn't matter, African American families be able to enjoy home ownership? Any advice that you can give us that we can do a better job at?
Thank you.
I really can't say.
I would say just more into detail and more facts, because I would say most like African American or most younger people they're like oh well, I could rent this and I'm paying this amount and everything is taken care of. Rather, if I buy a home, everything is on me. I'm paying this much, or you can explain how mortgage and rent kind of coincides, like what you pay for mortgage, what you pay for rent. But the kicker is that most people don't like to do things themselves, or they like if something breaks, like something major, like a water heater, things like that. Like in an apartment, you're covered. When you're in a home, it's on you. But I mean, it's more or less like when you take that into now, and I say now in the day and age, most like our generation is getting more into DIY. Mm-hmm. So if you can explain, or if it can be explained how like this is yours. You can do whatever you want to it. If anything goes down, yes, it will be on you. But if you learn more DIY projects, things like that, it could be like a hobby that you would love to do, or you could make that into possibly a business down the line.
Right. Yeah.
Like
no, that's fabulous. So really, I think just kind of what we thought to be true is that we just need to get the message out there that these programs are available for everyone. We're ready to help people get on track. And I would also say for people that are tuning in to watch this, this Zoom meeting, that if your credit's not perfect, don't let that stop you also from, reaching out and talking to a financial institution. We all have partnerships with credit repair companies. A lot of times credit can get fixed in just a few short months. So don't pigeonhole yourself into thinking that if your credit's not perfect, you can't be a homeowner. That's not a true statement. So, again, we want to be able to afford everyone those luxuries of ownership. And thank you for choosing Howard Hanna Mortgage. I hope you all were pleased with the service you got from us, and tell your friends and family. And, we just want to continue to get out there and do more loans. So thanks for your time today.
Yes, thank you guys. And the same thing, thanks for working with me as your realtor, and Matt, my husband, also works with me on a team, and I really enjoyed working with you guys. You guys were awesome. So we will let you get on with your day. Yeah. And thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.